There come two nominations forward. There was one for Nello and there was one for Gordon Banks, and I got asked, we got asked if anybody wanted to second the nomination, and seeing as I lived by the Victoria Ground when I was a child, I obviously said I wouldn't mind doing that, because we were brought up with Stoke City. We lived literally in the street where you went into Stoke Ground when I was a child. So all the family went to the ground on a Saturday and we all congregated at Nan's. And as we got a little bit older, come half time when they opened the gates, you'd sneak in the back and watch the rest of the match.
Basically, although this is another great night for Neil Baldwin, it's tinged with sadness because the gentleman who actually nominated for this fantastic award, prestigious award, is Councillor Paul Breeze, a very close friend of mine and colleague who very tragically passed away suddenly in February. I know Paul was enormously motivated by the marvellous film. He loved it, he watched it time and time again.
As far as our father was concerned, he was always aware of Nello as an inspirational figure around Stoke-on-Trent, the things that he'd been involved with through Stoke City and with the students at Kiel, and someone who necessarily hadn't had it as easy as some might in life, but had made the most of his potential, really. And when there was the film last year, Marvellous, my dad was really inspired by that film and felt that that was something that was both noteworthy for Nello as an individual, and also showed Stoke-on-Trent and Stoke City Football Club in a great light also, and that was something worth celebrating. And it then came to my dad that it would be worth nominating Nello for a Freedom of the City award.
I've known Neil for 25 years, since the Lou Macari days. Later on, when Clive Clark was transferred to West Ham, unwittingly became Neil's personal chauffeur for the next 5 years. I took him home one night and then he was waiting for me every home game for the next 5.5 years, and ended up doing his grocery shopping on the way home, and when the Catch of the Day fish and chip shop opened at Trentham Road, I was lucky getting home in time for Match of the Day. But some real happy memories for Neil, and what's happened in this last 6 months is absolutely astonishing. Never in anyone's wildest dreams, any of his dreams, did we think there he is standing on the stage at the BAFTAs. Absolutely wonderful story.
He just couldn't stop talking about Marvellous and Nello, saying how much of a great guy he was, and saying that he found him so funny. So and he found the Marvellous film drama so touching and moving for himself, and at Christmas time so much so that he went out and bought about 11-12 copies of Marvellous and gave all of his family and friends a copy of Marvellous as a Christmas present. So something I'll always remember.